Hello, my name is Chris Quinlan. This is Impromptu TV, a little bit more in your face. And what I'd like to do tonight is talk all about one TS Eliot. Okay, I've done many things over the last 6 years of Impromptu TV on community television, 31. But at the moment, it is really concentrating on some of our poetic heroes, in which this case tonight is all about one T.S. Eliot. I hope you like it. I've added a bit of drums. Sorry about that. Morning at the Window by T.S. Eliot. They are rattling breakfast plates in basement kitchens, and along the trampled edges of the street I am aware of the damp souls of handmaids, sprouting despondently at area gates. The brown waves of fog toss up to me, twisted faces from the bottom of the street, and tear from a passer-by with muddy skirts, an aimless smile that hovers in the air and vanishes along the level of the roofs. This is all about Thomas Stearns Eliot, T.S. Eliot to most, 26th of September 1888, 4th of January 1965, was a poet, essayist and playwright. He was a leading figure of modernist poetry in the English language, where he altered the art through his use of language, writing style and verse structure. Awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1948, he is considered one of the greatest poets of the English language. He is also noted for his critical essays, which often re-evaluated long-held cultural beliefs. Born in St. Louis, Missouri, United States, to a prominent Boston Brahmin family, he moved to England in 1914 at the age of 25 and went on to settle, work and marry there. He became a British subject in 1927 at the age of 39 and renounced his American citizenship. Eliot first attracted widespread attention for the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock, 1915, which at the time of its publication was considered outlandish. Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky, like a patient etherized upon a table. Let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights in one-night cheap hotels and sawdust restaurants with oyster shells. Streets that follow like a tedious argument of insidious intent to lead you to an overwhelming question. Oh, do not ask, what is it? Let us go and make our visit. In the room the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. The yellow fog that rubs its back upon the window panes, the yellow smoke that rubs its muzzle on the window panes, licked its tongue into the corners of the evening, lingered upon the pools that stand in drains. Let fall upon its back the soot that falls from chimneys, slipped by the terrace, made a sudden leap, and seeing that it was a soft October night, curled once about the house and fell asleep. And indeed there will be time for the yellow smoke that slides along the street, rubbing its back upon the window panes. There will be time to prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet. There will be time to murder and create, and time for all the works and days of hands that lift and drop a question on your plate. Time for you and time for me, and time yet for 100 indecisions and for 100 visions and revisions before taking of a toast and tea. In the room the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. It was followed by The Wasteland, 1922, The Hollow Men, 1925, Ash Wednesday, 1930, and Four Quartets, 1943. He wrote 7 plays, including Murder in the Cathedral, 1935, and The Cocktail Party, 1949. He was awarded the 1948 Nobel Prize in Literature for his outstanding pioneer contribution to present-day poetry. And indeed there will be time to wonder, do I dare, and do I dare? Time to turn back and descend the stair with a bald spot in the middle of my hair. They will say, how his hair is growing thin, my morning coat, my collar mounting firmly to the chin, my necktie rich and modest but asserted by a simple pin. They will say, but how his arms and legs are thin. Do I dare disturb the universe? In a minute there is time for decisions and revisions which a minute will reverse. For I have known them already, known them all, have known the evenings, mornings, afternoons. I have measured out my life with coffee spoons. I know the voices dying with the dying fall beneath the music from a farther room. So how should I presume? And I have known the eyes already, known them all, the eyes that fix you in a formulated phrase. And when I am formulated, sprawling on a pin, when I am pinned and wriggling on the wall, then how should I begin to spit out all the butt ends of my days and ways? And how should I presume? And I have known the arms already, known them all, arms that are braceleted and white and bare, but in the lamplight downed with the light brown hair. Is it perfume from a dress that makes me so digress? Arms that lie along a table or wrap about a shawl. And should I then presume, and how should I begin? Shall I say I have gone at dusk through narrow streets and watched the smoke that rises from the pipes of lonely men in shirt sleeves leaning out of windows? I should have been a pair of ragged claws scuttling across the floors of silent seas. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the afternoon, the evening, sleeps so peacefully, smoothed by long fingers, asleep, tired, or it malingers. Stretched on the floor here beside you and me, should I, after tea and cakes and ices, have the strength to force the moment to its crisis? But though I have wept and fasted, wept and prayed, though I have seen my head grown slightly bald, brought in upon a platter, I am no prophet, and here's no great matter. I have seen the moment of my greatness flicker, and I have seen the eternal footman hold my coat and snicker, and in short, I was afraid. And would it have been worth it after all, after the cups, the marmalade, the tea, among the porcelain, among some talk of you and me, would it have been worthwhile to have bitten off the matter with a smile, to have squeezed the universe into a ball, to roll it towards some overwhelming question, to say, I am Lazarus, come from the dead, come back to tell you all, I shall tell you all, if one, settling a pillow by her head, should say, that is not what I meant at all, that is not it at all. Would it have been worth it after all? Would it have been worthwhile after the sunsets and the dooryards and the sprinkled streets, after the novels and after the teacups, after the skirts that trail along the floor, and this and so much more? It is impossible to say just what I mean, but as if a magic lantern through the nerves in patterns on a screen, would it have been worthwhile if one settling a pillow or throwing off a shawl and turning towards the window should say, that is not it at all, that is not what I meant at all? No, I am not Prince Hamlet, nor was meant to be. Am an attendant lord, one that will do, to swell a progress, start a scene or two, advise the prince, no doubt, an easy tool, deferential, glad to be of use, politic, cautious and meticulous, full of high sentence, but a bit obtuse, at times indeed almost ridiculous, almost at times the fool. I grow old, I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. Shall I part my hair behind? Do I dare to eat a peach? I shall wear white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach. I have heard the mermaids singing each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. I have seen them riding seaward on the waves, combing the white hair of the waves blown back when the wind blows the water white and black. We have lingered in the chambers of the sea, by seagulls wreathed with seaweed red and brown, till human voices wake us, and we drown. 1. Gerontion by TS Eliot. Thou hast nor youth nor age, but as it were an after-dinner sleep, dreaming of both. Here I am, an old man in a dry month, being read to by a boy waiting for rain. I was neither at the hot gates nor fought in the warm rain, nor knee-deep in the salt marsh, heaving a cutlass, bitten by flies, fought. My house is a decayed house. The owner sits on the windowsill, spawned in some estaminet of Antwerp, blistered in Brussels, patched and peeled in London. The goat coughs at night in the field overhead. Rocks, moss, stone crop, iron, merds. The woman keeps the kitchen, makes tea, sneezes at evening, poking the peevish gutter. I, an old man, a dull head among windy spaces. Signs are taken for wonders. We would see a sign, the word within a word, unable to speak a word. Swaddled with darkness, in the juvenescence of the year came Christ the tiger. In depraved May, dogwood and chestnut, flowering Judas, to be eaten, to be divided, to be drunk. Among whispers by Mr. Silvero, with caressing hands at Limoges, who walked all night in the next room. By Hakagawa, bowing amongst the Titanians. By Madame de Tornquist in the dark room, shifting the candles. Fräulein von Kulp, who turned in the hall, one hand on the door, vacant shuttles, weave the wind. I have no ghosts. An old man in a draughty house, under a windy knob. After such knowledge, what forgiveness? Think now, history has many cunning passages, contrived corridors and issues, deceives with whispering ambitions, guides us by vanities. Think now, she gives when our attention is distracted. And what she gives with such supple confusions, that the giving famishes the craving, gives too late, what's not believed in, or if still believed, in memory only, reconsidered passion, gives too soon into weak hands what's thought can be dispensed with, till the refusal propagates a fear. Think neither fear nor courage saves us. Our natural vices are fathered by our heroism. Virtues are forced upon us by our impudent crimes. These tears are shaken from the wrath-bearing tree. The tiger springs in the new year. Us he devours. Think at last, we have not reached conclusion when I stiffen in a rented house. Think at last, I have not made this show purposelessly, and it is not by any concertation of the backward devils I would meet you upon this honestly. I, that was near your heart, was removed therefrom, to lose beauty in terror, terror in inquisition. I have lost my passion, why should I need to keep it? since what is kept must be adulterated. I've lost my sight, smell, hearing, taste and touch. How should I use it for your closer contact? These, with 1,000 small deliberations, protract the profit of their chilled delirium, excite the membrane when the sense has cooled, with pungent sauces, multiply variety in a wilderness of mirrors. What will the spider do? Suspend its operations? Will the weevil delay? Die Balhash, Fresca, Mrs. Kamel whirled beyond the circuit of the shuddering bear, in fractured atoms, gull against the wind in the windy straits of Belle Isle, or running on the Horn, white feathers in the snow, the Gulf claims. And an old man driven by the trades to a sleepy corner. Tenants of the house, thoughts of a dry brain in a dry season.
We are the hollow men. We are the stuffed men leaning together, headpiece filled with straw, alas. Our dried voices, when we whisper together, are quiet and meaningless as wind in dry grass or rats' feet over broken glass in our dry cellar. Shape without form, shade without colour, paralysed force, gesture without motion. Those who have crossed with direct eyes to death's other kingdom remember us, if at all, not as lost violent souls, but only as the hollow men. Eyes I dare not meet in dreams in death's dream kingdom. These do not appear. There, the eyes are sunlight on a broken column. There is a tree swinging, of voices and in the wind singing, more distant and more solemn than a fading star. Let me be no nearer in death's dream kingdom. Let me also wear such deliberate disguises. Rat's coat, crow's skin, crossed staves in a field, behaving as the wind behaves. No nearer. Not that final meeting in the twilight kingdom. This is the dead land. This is the cactus land. Here the stone raised. Here they receive the supplication of a dead man's hand under the twinkle of a fading star. Is it like this in death's other kingdom, walking alone at the hour when we are trembling with tenderness? Lips that would kiss form prayers to broken stone. The eyes are not here. There are no eyes here in this valley of dying stars. In this hollow valley, this broken jaw of our lost kingdoms, in this last of meeting places, we grope together and avoid speech, gathered on this beach of the tumid river, sightless unless the eyes reappear as the perpetual star, multifoliate rows of death's twilight kingdom, the hope only of empty men. Here we go round the prickly pear, prickly pear, prickly pear. Here we go round the prickly pear at 5 o'clock in the morning. Between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. Between the conception and the creation, between the emotion and the response falls the shadow. Life is very long. Between the desire and the spasm, between the potency and the existence, between the essence and the descent falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom, for thine is life is, for thine is this is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.